Kissing in the front of my car, under the stars. I want you to know I'll take this love slow. How did you get so cool? I'm just a fool, falling for you. Don't wanna let you go. I'll take this love slow.
I used to never start vlogs on Mondays, and I could never really like pick out a reason why. It just always, I would skip Monday and I would start on Tuesday. And I think the reason why is that I'm always chaotic on Mondays. Like today just feels like a little fireball, and I don't know how to accurately express that to you. We'll walk through it though, because hi, my name is Anna. I'm a social work student. I'm getting my master's in social work right now, and I also make vlogs on YouTube. This is a week in my life, and the plan for it is that this is going to be like an in-depth week in my life as a social work student. However, little caveat, however, it is 5 p.m. right now on Monday, and this is the first time we're actually chatting, so I'll catch you up to speed. Don't you worry one little bit. I just got home from my internship. Ignore my pantry and spice cabinet back there. I didn't realize those were open. That's embarrassing for me. I just got back from my internship. Today I actually did CPR training all day, which was boring because this is my third CPR training in the past year, but there's like different requirements on... Basically, I just had to take it again. So I took one in June, one in September, one in January. I am a CPR and basic life skills expert. Ask me anything. Ask me how to deal with a bee sting. I got it. Electrical burn, got it. But today was just CPR training. I got a couple things done during lunch, but nothing too significant, too extravagant. This morning I woke up early and did homework, but that's nothing new. There's a presentation that I'm doing tomorrow in my class. Tomorrow's class is trauma treatment in children and adolescents. So I'll talk more about that probably tomorrow whenever I'm getting ready for it, because like I said, this is in-depth, so you're getting all the details this week whenever the details are interesting. You don't want CPR details, and that's a promise. I think why I feel frazzled though is like at the end of the day, I probably got done with CPR like 2:45, and then I was still at my internship until about 4:15 because I just saw a kid at the end of the day, and it ended up being kind of a surprise see. He just needed to talk to someone, which was not like planned into my schedule, and so it was like, oh, I haven't, I like needed to do documentation and need to push some of it until Thursday. So that's kind of what got me feeling a little bit frazzly at the end here, but I'm home now. I'm gonna change out of these clothes. I've been putting my elbow on them, but you can't see them. Yesterday we made pasta and pasta sauce, so I'm gonna have those leftovers as a little snickety snack right now. And yeah, overall, excited to be here. Glad you're here too.
I wanna know your ideas and love you every day. I spent so many tears waiting for this day.
Cheers on this Tuesday morning. Starbucks texted and said I had a free drink, so I figured I would just go today and hype myself up a little bit before having a full school work day. So since it was a free drink, I went kind of nuts because whenever it's free, it's just free no matter how much it costs. So this is like an $8 drink, so I don't suggest that you actually get it yourself, but venti chai tea latte with oat milk, 2 pumps of vanilla, cinnamon powder, 3 pumps of chai, and a single shot of espresso. So it's like a dirty vanilla chai latte with oat milk, maybe that's what we can call this. I guess I can try it on camera. It's literally $7.20 right now. Oh, that thing tasted good. Let's see. Oh, that's really good. It tastes like a, what are those? Like, it tastes like a ginger snap cookie. That's what it tastes like. So if you have a free drink, this is good. I suggest it. If you're paying for it with your own money, go get better, cheaper coffees. I'm sitting here putting off leaving because I have to turn left out of like onto this road, and it's so busy, so I just am dreading it. But things like this are happy little ways to start my day that then get me feeling a little happy little way for the rest of the day. You know, it's those small little things, it doesn't have to be big, that you can do to just kind of up your day's quality just by that much, or just give yourself a little small reason to smile. I hope you have small reasons to smile just already sprinkled throughout your day, but you're in a day that feels harder. Find some reason to make yourself smile. It doesn't have to be go purchase like a coffee or go purchase something, but if there's something that'll make you smile, go do that. So I know I already mentioned that I wanted this vlog to be a more in-depth vlog than usual, and I think that's because I've realized that lots of times I'll mention, oh, I spent the whole day doing classwork or something like that without actually like going into what that can mean in my program or like how I actually spend my minutes. And so, for example, today, what my goal was, what my project was that I have a presentation tonight in my class. It's my core concept of trauma treatment in children and adolescents, that class. I have a presentation because basically how the class is set up is that that we are doing, I think it's 3 case studies throughout the 8 weeks that like slowly develop through our asynchronous work and then our synchronous live classes together. And each person is assigned a different day where you just have a research question that relates to the case study that you research and then kind of compile the findings into a paper and a small presentation, and then you present it to the class. So that's today for me. It's nothing too stressful. Like I think the presentation is like 6 minutes and it's supposed to be 3 minutes of synthesizing all that I found in the research and then 3 minutes of actually directly applying it to the case study. So my research question, and there's 3 other people going today, but we all have different questions. My research question is, what are the psychological effects of immigration on children? And I just dug through the literature, found some articles, and found what kind of research there is out there about the effects of immigration on children. And specifically in the case study, the child is from Iran. So there was one article I found that was like specifically on Iranian immigrants to the United States, which is very specific in a very helpful way. I found what children of immigrants or foreign-born children who immigrate to the United States, what they're more predisposed to mental health-wise, which it is things like depression, anxiety, being a more withdrawn personality type, and also PTSD, depending on what situation life was like before the immigration or even after the immigration too. Found that children who immigrate often are in unique roles with unique struggles, as they often will serve as a liaison between their parents and like the host country and then their new country and the values and customs and language that come with that, which can be a lot of responsibility for a child. But then we also found risk factors and protective factors. And so what those are, which if you have a social work background, you're familiar with those. Risk factors are just aspects, parts of a situation that put someone at higher risk. So they're the not so good things. It doesn't mean necessarily that like if you have this thing that means this bad thing will happen, but it's just it increases the risk. Whereas protective factors are the opposite of that, where these are the types of things that protect against something bad, whatever it is. So for example, like for my research question, some of the risk factors that increase the risk of mental health struggles in child immigrants include the degree of poverty, either before the move and after the move, interracial conflict, parental psychological distress, family instability, unemployment, intergenerational conflict, and having experienced violence prior to migration. Whereas some protective factors are being a foreign-born child, like not a second-generation immigrant, just because foreign-born children that immigrate with their parents tend to have a closer relationship with less struggle, like with less strife, with less friction with their parents, just because there's less of that needing to balance the new place's customs and the old place's customs. So it was just interesting to research, and then I'm turning this into a presentation that I'll actually give tonight. So I know this was 4 minutes long of maybe what you didn't care about, but also I just know so often I'm like, oh, I'm doing classwork today, and I don't say what that is. So today, this is what that is for me. It was like doing that research, putting this paper together, putting the presentation together, and then at class at 6:30 tonight is when I'll actually present it.
Hey stranger, look my way, you new in town, I'm wondering your name, and I'm guessing that it's real pretty and then some. Hey stranger, look my way, the coffee wasn't great, but I'll stay anyway and come back tomorrow and order another one, because
All right, I have finished turning this into a presentation, and this is what it looks like. So nothing too long. Hopefully I can just talk enough to make it be long enough. It's 3:13 right now. I do wish I'd gotten more done today than just this, because I did this and then forget we're being in depth today. I think every single week I say, oh, I've been planning out like content, it's because I can't get it like in my brain. Like I don't have a good organization system, I think, yet for YouTube, and there's like various deadlines that I'm setting right now, like that I'm working with others to set right now. And so I want to be well organized and well planned, and like I know that nothing's gonna fall through the cracks, but also I just wish my brain was less frazzled to get there. I keep telling Zach and he keeps saying no. I keep telling Zach I want one of those like huge whiteboards that could just be like this big. 'Cause can you picture me having like a little marker and just like all the thoughts in my head? Because I think that might be the only organization thing that actually makes me feel organized. If anyone wants to send me a really big whiteboard, I'll love you forever. We just have to sneak it past Zach because he thinks that I wouldn't actually use it as much as the space that it's worth. But I am working on getting organized. Like I said, I did plan some more today, even though I say that literally every single day. And I got that presentation and paper done, which was the big part of today. I just wish that I'd done some work for my other class because I haven't done anything for that yet, and it's on Thursday. But we'll worry about that when it gets to to Thursday. You'll see Thursday, it'll be in this vlog. You'll see tomorrow. Fingers crossed that I actually work to get that done in that time. The other things that are like immediate I want to do today, especially before class at 6:30, is I do want to work out and I do want to go for a walk today. I think I want to. And then I also, there was another thing. Workout, walk. Oh, vacuum. I want to vacuum. My queen, Miss Sydney Cummings, posted a glute and plank workout video today. I didn't even look at how long it was, but I felt like that could be perfect. Also because there's something inside me that's like not wanting to go to the gym and walk all the way there. I know that if I did, it would be okay and I would feel okay about it, but just since it feels harder, I might as well do an at-home one. She said you need some resistance bands. She said a kettlebell, but I just have like a 12-pound dumbbell that I'll use here. And I used to be so good at planks and I just don't do them anymore. So it's like not an official goal for myself. I'm tilted, sorry. Not an official goal for myself, but it is something that I just, like I used to be really good at and I'm not anymore. So I kind of want to get back up there a little bit. So that's the plan for today's workout, is glutes and plank with Sydney. I'll pull it up so we can even see how long it is. Usually whenever I do workouts like this at home, like in a video, I'll play music or like play another video too, because honestly Sydney is entertaining enough that like you could just watch her and I wouldn't be bored during my workout, but sometimes I like having my own music. I don't know if you can hear it, but our faucet has been dripping. Like it's been leaky probably for the past week and it's gotten significantly worse today. So I submitted a help request, or like a maintenance request, that's what it's called, today, to ask if they could come fix it. And it like drives me a little bit bananas every time I hear it drip because I'm like, oh, wasted water. Oh, also I said Sydney Cummings and that's still her channel name, but I forgot she got married. So she's Sydney Howdy Shell now. And she's pregnant too. Okay, it's a 45-minute glutes and planks. There it is, 45-minute glutes and plank challenge workout. Was what are the psychological effects of specifically immigration on children. So some unique challenges that children face through the immigration process are that children often have to serve as the liaison between their parents and their new environment. I had just finished my schoolwork for the day, which I've done a lot of. It's 2:30 or so now, and I've only been doing schoolwork since 8 a.m. this morning. It ended up being a lot more to do than I thought it was. I thought that I just had like the readings and my module work for my research and evaluation class, which technically that is all I had. Usually what that means is like I'll do the readings, I'll do the modules. The modules will be like lecture videos, the occasional discussion, the occasional short answer, the occasional like extra reading in there. That's typically what the modules is. This module had like 3 papers hidden inside it. Like paper might be a strong word. They weren't that long. They were probably like a page each, but essentially 3 papers hidden inside it. And granted, it'll probably be helpful to me in the long run because it was papers to like help organize thought for our final paper, but I just was not expecting that in my day today. And it took a lot of brain power, a lot of stamina, a lot of endurance, and I just finally finished it. So if you're curious, since I'm going into detail in this vlog, our final paper is a research proposal for an intervention. And so what you could do was create an entire new intervention and propose research on to test if it actually works. Or what you also could do, and what I'm doing, is take an already existing intervention and switch it up a little bit and like apply it to a new setting or a new population and then propose to do research to see if it works there. And so what I'm doing is taking the Coping Power program, which is a 34-session CBT group therapy modality that also includes like some parent sessions in there, and it's meant for children age 8 to 14 and is typically done in like outpatient clinics or in school settings, and it's for children who show aggressive, disruptive, antisocial behavior to prevent delinquency further on in life. And so what I'm doing is taking that little intervention and I'm going to apply it to if it could be used in a detention center. And so it would obviously be different because most likely the kids would be older. It would be more like 12 to 18 range, which hasn't been researched for this program. program. And then also what would be different is that it's a little bit retrospectively too, because they would have already been engaging in that kind of behavior to be in the system. So it'd have to include some like retrospective aspects of it, but then also hope to prevent further behavior. So reduce the recidivism rates, which is like when people come back into contact with the justice system. So that's my paper. A lot of today was just like stating the problem and stating the theory of change and making a program manual outline and like just a bunch of stuff like that I didn't think I was going to have to do today. I thought I would have to do those kinds of things like when the assignments came, not just randomly in the week, but I got it done, and that is what is really important, and that's also where I've been all day. I got it done probably about 15 minutes ago, and I was laying literally right here, right behind my desk. That's my desk behind us, just on the floor in a daze, letting my brain rest a little bit because I'm mentally tired. I'm very mentally tired. And I hear this banging on our door, and I knew that I'd put in a like maintenance request yesterday, so I was assuming that's who it was, but still, like, I was just laying there in a daze and I hear the banging and I didn't do anything. Like, I was just like laying and it didn't click that I should like get up and go to the door. And so he knocked again, and then I was like, oh heck, I gotta get up. So I got up and like walked down a little spiral staircase, went to the door, like looked out the peephole, and I don't know if he could see me look out the peephole or something, but he's standing out there and he goes, hey, like while I'm looking through the door. So then I opened the door and he was here for our maintenance request. We have like a small leak in our faucet. It's just a little bit drippy. And he's not here anymore. He was here for about 5 minutes, kind of looked at some things and said that he needs to put in an order and he'll be back first thing tomorrow, which I mean, I won't be here first thing tomorrow, so hopefully it'll just get fixed. All that being said though, this is my first like brain break, I feel like, of the day. I did start the day slow, which I think was good for me. Like I got up, well, I woke up and I didn't get up at first. I woke up, stayed in bed for a little bit, got up, made coffee, poured some Cheerios, and read my book while I was drinking my coffee and eating my Cheerios. So that was pretty good, I think, to start slow. But then since I started actually going today, golly gee, I'm exhausted. I'm about to go head for a workout just to change up the day. So far I've been really using my brain and not at all using my body. So I'm gonna switch that around and start to be active with my body and then let my brain rest. But I think I need more floor time before I get there. Floor time is my favorite coping skill. Like there's something about just laying on the floor that is so much more restful than being in any other place, in any other position with anything else happening. Oh my. It's been a while since I've done a little floor time chat like this, whisper vibes, because it's like 8:45, so we're chilling down, we're getting ready to go get ready for bed. But since you've seen me last, I did go work out, and it was actually a really good workout, which felt really good. I kind of just did full body. I was supersetting like a leg exercise with an upper body exercise and ended up feeling really good. I kind of killed my glutes a little bit, but wouldn't have it any other way. And then whenever I actually got home, Zach and I left to go get dinner with some friends. We went to Arepa Mia's in Avondale Estates in the Atlanta area, and had arepas, which I'd never had before, but I guess it's like a Venezuelan street food. I didn't take any videos, but it was absolutely delicious. The rest of the schoolwork I did today is I just got a paper kind of set up for me to write tomorrow. It's not due until Tuesday, but I want to set myself up for success for it. So I just like got it all APA formatted out, like with my cover page and my reference page, and ready to just like type the content. And then I put the prompt like in that Word document so that whenever I open it next, it's just right there and I can type it out. It's for my trauma treatment class, and it's a vicarious trauma and self-care paper. And so we have to find 2 articles, like research articles, peer-reviewed articles about vicarious trauma and self-care. So vicarious trauma is like secondary trauma, secondhand trauma. And so it's basically just like when someone works surrounding a lot of trauma, whether that's a social worker or a doctor or military, just whoever it is, whenever someone, I guess military can be more firsthand trauma, but whenever someone is around other people's trauma, then it's been shown to start to affect them too. So this is something that kind of plays into burnout, but it's a little bit different than burnout because it's not just about the work. It's that a worker can actually start showing symptoms of trauma and like trauma reactions, even though the trauma didn't happen to them. They're just exposed to it through the stories of other people. So this paper is going to talk about kind of like our personal reactions to the trauma treatment case studies that we've been doing, because obviously that's trauma there, and then also talk about like research-based ways to combat vicarious trauma, which I just think will be interesting. If you work in any kind of like helping profession like that, I do think that is something that would be important to look into, just like the signs of vicarious trauma, so that you can be aware and that you can know in yourself when to seek help or when to change something that you're doing, because it really is a big thing of if you're always surrounded by the darkest parts of life and helping others deal with the darkest parts of their life, that it can really start to affect your being. So I do like in social work schools that at least the two that I've been in, they really have emphasized a lot on self-care, and not just self-care in like treating yourself to a bath or something and like relax night, but self-care in the like genuine ways that you live, just making sure that you are always taken care of enough to continue doing your job, because this work can be tough. But moral of the story is that I got that paper all set up for me to write. I didn't actually write it yet. And tomorrow I have my internship and then class, and usually on Thursdays I wake up early to get schoolwork done, and I don't know if I need to tomorrow. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go read my book before bed tonight. I'll tell you more about my book tomorrow because it is a good one. It's the same one I've mentioned in previous vlogs because it's also a long one, but I'm gonna go get ready for bed. I'll see you tomorrow. I just got home from my internship for the day. It's Thursday, as I'm sure I put the little typey sound and the little typey Thursday across the screen, so you probably know that. Today was a good day. I was running late this morning, which is why there was no real morning footage for the vlog. I'll show you my outfit when I get inside though, because I'm wearing new shoes and I want to show you my new shoes. It was a pretty busy day. I just had some like unexpected paperwork that I needed to do, and so what I actually did during the day very much did not match up with what I thought the day was going to look like, but that's okay. Stuff comes up sometimes. It all got done, which was really nice. And tomorrow, I honestly have a really hefty to-do list tomorrow too. So it'll be okay. Like I'll be able to prioritize and hopefully get everything done, but at least if not get everything done, then I'll be able to get like most things done. If you're at all familiar with the field of social work, like other fields, but it is very heavy in documentation. And so with a lot of things, for every single thing that you do, there's like about that much time, it seems like, that then you have to spend documenting it. And since I since I intern for the state, there's a lot of like heavy specific documentation types of things that need to be done. So whenever I say like I do a lot of paperwork, it's the documentation. So whether it's from interacting with the youth, whether a youth reports something, just various different things, we have to make sure all the documents are in place. It's partly to like inform treatment so that there's a paper trail of the services that youth get. It's also to inform other treatment providers, like if a youth were to get moved off of my caseload and onto someone else's caseload or something like that, there'd be that paper trail for them to follow to see like what we've been working on, what kind of interactions we've had, their history, etc. And then it also is a little CYA, cover your booty, just in case anything were to ever happen, you would be able to prove that you did everything to the best of your ability. You'd be able to be like, I talked to this person at this time, they said exactly these things at this time, our plan was this going forward, kind of like that. That's why paperwork is so important. It's important for treatment and then also important for liability. So I had a lot of paperwork to do today, and I have class tonight. If you remember, it's Thursday, so it's my research and evaluation class. This class I usually don't have to be that involved in. Lots of times it's just the professor talking and like giving clarification about papers coming up and the content from the asynchronous material, which remember I completed all of yesterday. So I have about an hour and a half until then. I really didn't get the chance. Oh, so you know how I told you that my water bottle broke? I didn't tell you how my water bottle broke. I think I probably assumed that I did because I told every other person I came into contact with that my water bottle broke, but really the only backstory is that on Monday my water bottle broke. So today I had to bring Zach's water bottle, and I just like pulled it off the top of the fridge. It's just been on the top of the fridge for the past forever. Turns out this water bottle literally cannot hold water, which I didn't know. So I put it inside my bag, my little plastic bag for the day like this, and it tipped over on my way in, which I thought, oh, no big deal, until I got into the office and realized my bag was literally dripping. Like I was like leaving a drip trail through the facility of this freaking water bottle, so all my extra masks in there got totally soaked. My lunch didn't get totally soaked because they're in plastic baggies, but I didn't get the chance to eat really because I was so busy. So I ate my sandwich during our like treatment team meeting while typing other things, still doing work, and then I have my apples. So needless to say, I'm very hungry. But also, I went to go to take a drink out of this water bottle and it spilled entirely down me. Like, it didn't even like go in my mouth and come back out. It just didn't make it to my mouth. Like, I guess maybe something in the lid is broken. So in other words, very excited for my hydro jug to get here. It hasn't even shipped yet, so I don't know when it's coming, but I'm gonna have to find a better solution than this little guy in the meantime. If you want a little what I bring to work, look, I got the water bottle, I got my food, you can see the apples, all the plastic baggies. This is my wallet. I don't bring it inside, but I need my driver's license to get in. They like hold it up front for some reason. I guess like for security, no, everyone's there. I have extra masks. I have my lip plumper just in case I were to ever need it during the day. I'm gonna go check my mail and then remind me to show you my outfit before I change out of it because I'm gonna want to change right when I get inside, but I want to show you my new shoes.
Kissing in the front of my car.
Yes, so these are the new shoes. I loved them today. They're a little bit too big, but I think that next time I'll probably just like stuff them in the heel or the toe and they'll fit perfect because I was feeling myself so much in those shoes today. They're from Nasty Gal. I'll link them down below if I can find the link. I think I should be able to. They were on sale whenever I got them, so I don't think they were like going out of stock or anything. I think, sorry, excuse my dirty laundry. I think they were just on a regular sale, so I'll link them. I just finished with class. It was good. It was pretty nondescript. We had like 15 to 20 minutes in breakout rooms, which was pretty nice because he just said like to go into the breakout room and to discuss our final paper and our final project and kind of how we're feeling about the progress, how we're feeling about the class. So that was nice because he just kind of let us be in the breakout rooms for a little bit, have that little community moment. So I got to learn like what other people are doing for their final projects, got to see like how everyone was feeling, which was nice because I was feeling a bit overwhelmed after yesterday. Remember whenever I planned for my work to take like 2 hours and it really took like 10? One of the girls I was talking to, I like told her that happened. I was like, yeah, I was just thinking I was gonna sit down Wednesday morning and knock it out, and then it took the whole entire day. She's like, how did you do that? It took me an entire week. And after, I don't know. I was brain dead afterwards. I know I mentioned yesterday that I would tell you a little bit more about the book that I'm reading. So this book, it's called The Women They Could Not Silence by Kate Moore, and I genuinely have been loving this book so much. It's 560 pages, but I've read this much of it so far, which shows a lot of dedication, I feel like. But it's about a woman who got admitted into an insane asylum in the 1860s because her husband claimed that she was crazy. And that was it. Like, he could claim that, and that was enough to admit her, whereas really she just believed her own thoughts, like stuck up for women's rights from the get-go, which was like the cause of her insanity. And she ended up being locked up for those 3 years. And then after she got out, various things have happened where she still hasn't been like being treated fairly, and so she turns into an activist and writes books and pushes for legislation to get pushed. And I guess like explaining this, it probably doesn't sound that interesting, but I think what the really cool part of it is that this author like put together various journals and things, and so there's like journals from her time within the asylum, because she was a real person, journals from time she was in the asylum, and she like was talking about how much she hoped that this message could get out to the world. So I think that helps it just feel really cool while I'm reading it, is thinking like this woman exists, these were her hopes and dreams, and like she pushed for them and they happened, she made change, and now here I am, what, like 150 years later, 160 years later, getting to read about the change that she made and getting to like read and honor the stories of the other women she came into contact with, the stories that she wanted to tell and to share with the world. So I think that's what makes it feel so cool. So book rec if you're looking.
Now I want you to know I'll take this love slow.
Another day done. It was another busy day with another big load of paperwork, to be honest, but it was okay. Nothing too much. I didn't see the kid that I wanted to see, but I did finish up like a biopsychosocial assessment that I had due. I got a lot of paperwork in order to be filed next week. What else did I do? I hung out with some of the kids, you know, trying to establish rapport a little bit. So overall good. Tonight, I feel kind of stressed a little bit based on just a lot of work that I have to do. I have to get all ready for my class that I'm teaching tomorrow. I am not ready at this point. I haven't gone over the material, which is rather important whenever you're teaching it. So that's tonight. I woke up early this morning and started on it. So I've gone over some of it, but not at all of it. I'm absolutely starving, but sometimes that just happens. I always feel like whenever I get back at the end of the day, and like this would be true no matter what job I was at, like if I was there for 8 hours a day, or even it's like 9 hours I think that I'm gone during the day because the commute and everything. I feel like I'm like returning from some great treacherous adventure. Like I just need to like go in there, take some deep breath, refuel my body, totally like change all clothes, get a whole brand new fresh start, because a day's work is exhausting. Also, look what happened to me today. It's a true shame. I do have a nail appointment tomorrow, but I haven't decided if I'm putting it in this vlog or starting a new vlog. I'm leaning towards putting it in this vlog. You can let me know if that's what I end up doing or not, since you'll know at this point. But totally broke that today. I actually broke it. I was tapping on a kid's window, like to his store, and it broke off, and somehow it like flicked back at me, bounced off me, and slid under his door. Like I like donated my nail to him. He slid it back. I threw it away after that. But I do have a nail appointment tomorrow. I changed it on like yesterday. Actually, I called because originally it was going to be Tuesday, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it to then, because they're just like really growing out and they start to like raise up at the back. And so I changed it, and good thing I did, because
Hey stranger, look my way, and you in town and wonder.
it's so funny to me how sometimes we can make the biggest deal about snow. Like a couple weeks ago, there was like 1/4 of an inch or something, maybe an inch predicted, and it was like everything sold out, like places were shutting down, people were freaking out. It was all I ever heard. And then this morning I wake up to snow on the ground. I had no idea it was even coming, and it's just stuck on like the rooftops, cars, grass, like it's not on the roads at all. But that was a nice surprise to wake up to. Today's Saturday morning, as you already know, as you could guess, it comes after Friday, and my class starts in about an hour. I did review the material, which is good. Actually, I just don't feel as comfortable going in this time as I have in previous weeks, but I know it'll be fine. Like it will literally be just fine. It's just like, I don't know, the anxiety, the stress coming out of me. But I have that class from 9 to 12, which is a long time, and I always feel so drained after, but like in the midst of it, it never feels that long. Like I'm not just wishing for it to be over, and I think that's because there's so much content to cover that I just feel like I'm like racing through it kind of. And so 9 to 12 today is that class, and I'll do it. I'll eat breakfast now, so I'm all nice and fueled and ready to go. Next week, I'm pretty sure I actually need to check this because this would be important for me to know. I'm pretty sure next Saturday I don't teach this class because I think they take a practice test, if I'm not mistaken. But that's the plan for this morning. I look deceased. I feel deceased. I'm exhausted, to be honest. To be quite honest, I hope tomorrow I get to sleep in. I guess I get to choose that for myself. How about tomorrow I'll sleep in? How does that sound?
You weren't in the place, and Wednesday and Thursday.
My students are on a 10-minute break right now. I keep checking to make sure I'm muted because that would be very embarrassing if I wasn't. But I just wanted to show you like what I look like while teaching with these pink cheeks. I don't even know why it happened. Like I don't know if it's because I get dehydrated from talking so much, or if I just like feel worked up or something. But every single time that I have taught, I get these pink cheeks. We just did reading and writing and language, and then when we get back, it'll be an hour longer of math. So I'll just be a pink cheeked beauty to the next level whenever I come back. I think this is kind of funny because to make sure I'm not going to be late coming back. We still have 5 minutes. I think this is kind of funny because lots of times I stop the vlogs come Saturday, like it's just more of a break day, and also because usually I get the vlog done by Sunday, so I'm gonna have a lot of editing ahead of me in the afternoon, which is okay. But I also wanted to show Saturday, especially for this in-depth vlog. Remember how that's what this week is, just because I feel like I can talk about it, but I think it is easier to understand like when I show it, just how much like my brain has to switch, I feel like, on the weekends, because you know during the week we were all like social work, grad school, internship, everything, and then like right now total brain flop to, it's an SAT class that I'm doing right now, to the SAT, and like actually teaching it, and like I am making money, that's why I do this, but also I just get like whiplash in the head from having to switch things up. And thankfully right now I'm only teaching 1 class a weekend. It's gonna come a couple weekends where I'll be teaching up to 3 in a weekend, which will be more for me, and I hope I survive it. But for now, like I keep thinking about all the grad school work I have to do, except I'm working a different job right now. I don't mean to complain, because like I am lucky to have this opportunity and I'm lucky to be in grad school. It just, I think like this is why I'm tired, is because this up here doesn't get much of a break. Like I can physically rest, I can emotionally rest, like all of that, but this little brain up here somehow is always going, and I think that is why I get exhausted so easily. bit early to my nail appointment, so I'm kind of just sitting in here and chilling until it's actually time to go in. I bet if I go in, I'll go in early, because then they can get me fixed up to start like getting the removal or whatever. My plan, because it's always fun to compare my plan to what I come out with. I assume that I'll come out with these though, because I feel kind of set on it. I want like a bright red nail. And then also my plan, right now, these are all tips, like that's why they're so long. They're tips on top. And this nail actually broke the last time. Sorry, I know when you clicked on in-depth vlog, you didn't think it'd be in-depth about my nails. This nail actually broke last time I got them done. So now it's grown out. The sun's kind of blocking it out. You can't really see. Now it's grown out, but it's actually shorter than all the other ones are under here. So I think what we're gonna do is not do tips this time and just use my nails that have grown out for now since the beginning of December under here, except for this guy because he's short. I don't know what we'll do with him, if we'll just like leave him short. Why are my fingernails boys? I don't know what we'll do with him. We'll leave him short and kind of just see with the other ones, but I want to do a bright red. That's the plan. So if I come out of here looking intimidating as heck with my bright red long nails, that's the goal. I kind of feel like I'm in a daze after I teach those classes. It always kind of puts me in that feeling, so hopefully this will kind of like wake me up a little bit, do a little self-care. I just put on a little like athleisure outfit and some gold jewelry to try to like bring myself up to par, up to regulation, you know, and I think it worked a little bit. Like I'm feeling a little bit better, but I got my card ready. Oh, my wallet did get wet. That must be from when my water bottle broke. Here's the before. They're red. They're really red. Actually, whenever he got out the dip powder, he had to like open it, like break the seal and everything, because apparently they'd never used this color before. It was called Mandarin Fish, and they're very red. But I also really like them. I was like falling asleep during the nail appointment, so I think that shows that I need to take some rest. I think that's probably a little bit of a sign that I need to take some rest. And so my plan for the rest of the day, I will go work out, because that's like brain rest, you know, since I'm mentally exhausted, brain rest. I will go work out. I got a paper I need to write, but then after that tonight, I'll try to spend some time like reading my book, laying on the floor without a thought in my head, really revitalizing, you know. I think that's the goal for today after I get the rest of the things I need to get done today. With that being said, we're gonna part our ways, but I'll film another week in the life that'll be up at some point later in life. And if you made it to this point in the video, honestly, even if you clicked off earlier, you can't see this, but still, I appreciate you all so much. I have been loving getting to interact with you in the comments, getting to see new subscribers come. It like makes my heart grow 3 sizes each time, so it's about to burst straight out of my chest. But can you tell I'm just like showing off my nails? Like I'm talking with my hand exactly like this. I will see you next time.
I do better things with